Linkin Park are five nice guys from the LA Valley, who, along with the loudest set of vocal cords from Arizona, are living out the American dream.
They're great, man. They're a lot of fun. Very nice, very genuine guys. It's tough, man. And they really broke through, and it just shows, great dedication and great focus. It shows it can be done with anyone.
If there were rules to being a rock star, then Linkin Park would break them all.
They take care of their business. I think they're probably a record label's dream.
We would probably say that we're bass-driven rock, I would guess.
A bass band.
Not a lot of hip-hop people get with rock that way, but they're like the rock group that rappers like.
I think it's just a matter of them knowing what they're about, and it wasn't a flash in the pan. It wasn't like high school kids having fun. They had serious thoughts about it, and they've made strong decisions, and they're following through on it. It's a career for them.
Their worldwide fan base has been built up through a combination of artistic talent, a keen sense of business, and musical dedication.
There's no sound like live music that is right in front of you, and it is almost a physical feeling, and that's what's unique about Linkin Park, that they're using this.
What I was seeing was not so much a bunch of lads that were having fun, and were in a band, as a sort of collection of almost young businessmen, actually, who were very focused, knew exactly where they were going.
The guys in Linkin Park are one of the most focused, organized bands that I've dealt with. I mean, they're really, really amazing. They work all the time and they're very dedicated.
But the meteoric rise of Linkin Park was by no means a simple one.
There are very few stories in music where somebody really, put it in the face of the doubters than with Linkin Park.
Hey yo, first things first, it's time to shake ground in the 8th round. Box battle will break down for the beat.
Mike Shinoda, Brad Delson and Rob Burden were high school friends growing up in Agora Hills and Calabasas in the Los Angeles Valley area. Brad and Rob formed their first band called Relative Degree in 1996. Their aim was to play a gig at the Roxy on Sunset Strip and then split up. So they wrote some songs, played the gig, and split up. Joe Ham came into the picture when he met Mike whilst they were both studying at the Pasadena Art Center. Meanwhile, at UCLA, Brad met bass player Dave Phoenix Farrell. The pieces were slowly coming together. Over in Arizona, young Chester Bennington was practicing his vocal skills in school theatre productions and performing in his band Grey Days, blissfully unaware of the life that was waiting for him in California.
There's the dream of making it in California. There's no question about that. California, along with Nashville and New York, are also pretty much the three biggest places where you can build a career.
It's got to be something in the air, man. I mean, it's been going on for eons, but especially for someone like them to branch out, coming out of LA is definitely a gem.
There are places and venues to play that agents go to that you can be heard.
It's kind of funny, when I first came out here, I called one of my old professors who has been in the music business for years, and I told him that I had moved from New York to Los Angeles, and he said, "Hey man, you're in a great place. There's no other place in the world where there's more work, and no other place in the world where there's more people looking for that work."
There is such a diverse culture in Los Angeles that it's amazing. I mean, some of the groups that I have played with, they're just so different. It's amazing that there are audiences for them, but there are.
It's a mecca for musicians from all over the world. It's an incredible melting pot. There's a huge diversity of cultures here. It's a great city in that respect.
I met Linkin Park, I'd say in about 1993, and me and Mike Shinoda lived right up the street from each other.
I had met Mike through Right back in the day, and Linkin Park wasn't established then. It was just he was just going to school, kind of doing his thing, you know, working on various projects.
Ryu and Takbir make up half of the group's Styles of Beyond. They have toured with Linkin Park and are good friends with the band.
And he had a little production studio in his bedroom, and we used to just go in there and make demo tapes, like kind of parody songs, like Weird Al Yankovic type shit.
I think I had booked some neighbors of theirs, Hoobastank.
Mike Giangreco books all the bands for the legendary Whiskey A Go-Go Club on Sunset Strip. His relationship goes way back with Brad and Rob, to when they were in college and in a band called The Pricks.
I booked Incubus. I think from Incubus, they hooked me up with Hoobastank. Hoobastank brought The Pricks in, who were all kind of like from the same area out in the valley. And he just came up to my office. He had his cassette of The Pricks, and he said, "Yeah, we're The Pricks. We want to play." Handed me the cassette, and that was it. That's how we met.
The first thing I heard Mike write was the song was called Whatever the.
When I first heard Linkin Park's music, I did not know what to think.
We just said, okay, we're just gonna write the first thing that pops in our head, and we'll just keep going back and forth and back and forth.
And it was pretty raw. I'll put it that way. It was really raw, actually.
It actually is a pretty good song. We were talking about the other day. Put it out now, make $1 million.
And it's like they had heart. You could tell they had heart right from the beginning. So it's like, okay, we'll work with them. We'll see what's going to happen, and maybe the music will develop. Maybe they'll get better. But when they first came to me, they were hurt.
With a name like The Pricks, the band weren't going to make $1 million. So, recruiting Joe and Mike, they became zero. The band would spend many an hour at local record shops, searching for new releases and showcasing their musical talent.
I thought the band was really interesting for a number of reasons, one of which they weren't trying to be pretentious in any way. Also at the time, I think there was an overabundance of rap rock, and they were tackling it in a different way.
A lot of groups had done like the rock rap thing before Linkin Park has done it. But I think with the exception of Rage Against the Machine, they're like the only ones that actually did it right. Because they really did rock good and they rapped good too. You know, so it could be accepted as authentic by both sides.
I mean, the general public hears the rap rock bands that succeed. The journalist hears the 100 that don't, and they don't succeed for good reason because they're just horrible.
David Jennison is a music writer and friends with Jeff Blue, who secured Linkin Park their first record deal.
For a band that's melding these different genres to actually stand out, you know, it's really exceptional. And